It's really a delight to have all of you here for this special event to dedicate our solar panels, 80 of them as you see up there. I'm Sister Rosemarie Greco, and I'm the director of Wisdom House, and I want to welcome you here to Wisdom House, which is an interfaith retreat and conference center here in the Litchfield countryside, and that countryside is such a gift to us. Since 1949, when the Daughters of Wisdom settled on this land known as Spruce Brook Farm, the community of nuns practiced a way of life known as simplicity. It consisted of 3 R's, so familiar to us today. Now, this is not reading, writing, arithmetic, but it's reuse, recycle, reduce. Today, over 60 years later, the 3 R's are back in style, and we practice them in contemporary ways, which include solar panels and other forms of clean energy and recycling. We do this to reduce our carbon footprint, to reduce toxic emissions, and to participate in the clean energy initiatives of the state of Connecticut and of our entire planet. I want to publicly acknowledge those persons and organizations which gave exceptional support to this project. The State of Connecticut's Clean Energy Finance and Investment Authority, the Sear Toss Foundation, the Daughters of Wisdom, Paula and Emma Dessel, and many other friends of Wisdom House. Thank you for rejoicing with us at Wisdom House in this milestone, and this is a real milestone for us here and for our whole community. And thank you for helping us all live sustainably for the future, for ourselves, and for future generations. And at this point now, I'd like to ask Senator Andrew Roraback to come to the microphone.
What a pleasure it is for all of us to join together to celebrate yet another example of the leadership of Wisdom House in our community. I was thinking, Ben Franklin, remember he flew a kite, I think, and had a key at the end of the kite. Well, one of the things that Ben Franklin said was that example is the best sermon. And in my opinion, Wisdom House always leads by example. And it's the power of their example which should inspire all of us to try to commit ourselves to those values which are embodied in this place and by the people who make Wisdom House the place that it is. It's always brought out the best of any of us who are fortunate to be here. And if we can leave here taking a little bit of Wisdom House's spirit and commitment to the planet and to the future, the world will be a better place. So I'm delighted that the state has been able to be a partner with Sister Rosemarie and the Wisdom House family in bringing this to fruition. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the good Lord gave us some sunshine to enjoy the day by. So thank you for having me here. Thank you very much.
I wanted to start off by acknowledging Senator Roraback. And, you know, over the course of the last 2 months, I've had conversations with a lot of developers, investors from across the country. And I could say unequivocally that this bill that was passed this year in the Connecticut legislature was by far the best piece of energy legislation that's happened not only in Connecticut, but across the country. This bill is going to create a lot of jobs. So like the Wisdom House, the new Clean Energy Finance and Investment Authority, which was actually created by this act, some of you may know us as the Clean Energy Fund. This new authority really is about trying to scale up Connecticut's efforts, its investments in our clean energy future. And not only what we see today with this solar PV installation, but making our buildings more energy efficient is also important. We've done several studies that look at the jobs created from both efficiency and clean energy, and you definitely want to start first with efficiency, which we've done here with the facilities across the campus here. This is, in fact, the first commercial clean energy installation. I wanted to also acknowledge other businesses in town here that are supporting clean energy and that have actually signed up for the Connecticut Clean Energy Options, which you as homeowners here in Litchfield can do. You could sign up and pay anywhere between $5 to $10 more per month and say that you want to support. So the White Memorial Conservation Center, Bantam Supply Company, Litchfield Energy Association, and the Woods Workshop, just want to acknowledge them for signing up for clean energy. We also have 21 residents who've installed clean energy systems on their homes. For all of those who have installed clean energy on your homes, please raise your hand. Fantastic. That's great.
But most of all, I'd like to thank you, the ratepayers of the state of Connecticut, for your contribution of 0.00444 cents per kilowatt hour for the electricity you consume that has gone into a fund that is really the basis of support for
I just
programs
wanted to
like this.
quickly
Go through the system. It'll take just a minute. I'm sure you all know all this, but basically you have solar modules, which are made of silicon crystals, thin sliced and mounted in an array that's framed, making a solar panel. They're strung together in strings that provide DC electricity to inverters down below. It's a wonderful, simple, clean, beautiful technology. Photons from the sun, which are really electrons that are acting like light, hit the silicon atoms that have loose electrons in the outer shell and causes current to flow. And the current flows. It's changed from DC electricity into AC electricity that the facility can use. Goes right over there to the basement utility room in the Wisdom House, where it's distributed to all of the buildings on the campus. And if it's not used there, once they're on, they will come on in the morning and put themselves to bed at night, and all through the day they'll be making clean, renewable energy that will power the system for the next 3 or 4 decades. No moving parts, no nothing. It's a overall, in their lifetime, they'll probably make $300,000 or more worth of installation like this. That used to be $9 to $10 per watt, has come steadily down to where it's now $6 a watt, heading towards $5 a watt, making it really affordable. In Connecticut, we pretty much have grid parity. If you're building a new house, install solar, because it's going to be a better deal over the life of your home than buying from CL&P. It's also brought in business and created jobs. When we started, there were 4 or 5, a handful of installers in Connecticut. Last count, and then finally, we've mentioned the new energy bill signed into law by Governor Daniel Malloy on July 1st, which really promises a strong, sustained effort to support programs of conservation and renewable energy, with a view towards cleaning up our air and reducing our collective carbon footprint, weaning us from foreign energy sources, and most of all, reducing the cost of energy for Connecticut ratepayers. So, once again, I just want to thank you all for coming and supporting this, but I think that we should be thanking each other, because we all paid for this and we're all going to benefit.
And after we
from
have this prayer, Ray is going to do a countdown with us for the activation, and Bryan will cut the ribbon to the room here, which has the inverters for the solar panels, and will be official. All right, then let us pray together. Ready? We are all children of the universe and draw our sustenance from all that earth and the cosmos provide. We receive all gifts from divine wisdom. Today we dedicate these solar panels to the God who is present in our earth, in all peoples, and in all living beings. May the renewable energy that comes from these solar panels be a sign of our commitment to care for our environment. May our efforts contribute to a sustainable and resilient future for all who share the gifts of the earth. Let the sun shine.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.